Good morning, friends, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, hi, I'm Penny. I do project life and crafting and all things paper-y. And today I am here to work on a 12 by 12 layout. And this is week 34. I'm getting caught up. And this week I thought kind of to go with the vibe of the grungy vintage things on here, I thought I would do some distress oxides on this layout just to see if I could get the paper, the cardstock papers, to match the colors a little better from this card. So I'm going to pause a minute while I grab the pad that I got all this inspiration from. If you are new to my channel, you probably don't know this is not my regular style. I tend to do very clean, not a whole lot of mixed media on my project life. I tend to save that for other things, but I got this die cuts with a view pad maybe 10 years ago, and it's been sitting in my drawer, and I really haven't had a use for it. I've been kind of picking and choosing the papers that I use, but the ones that are left now are the ones that I don't really know how to use. So I decided to cut into them, and as you can see, there are numbers, there are letters, which I've cut out, and just to kind of throw into the layout. So this piece is from this pad, and this piece, and these letters and numbers, and I think that's it. Because I didn't have any kind of plain colors, I grabbed just some plain cardstock, just Michael's cardstock, that I'm going to see if I can make match the colors in the layout just a little bit better. So before I turn the camera on, I stuck down the pictures that I'm not going to be moving, and I grabbed some of my distress oxides and my jelly plate, because I like to do things on my jelly plate so that they stay while I'm doing mixed media. So other than that, I grabbed some citrus twist stamps that I'm sure I'll be able to incorporate somehow. Just some labels. Some of these are labels I made on my Cricut. Some of them are ones that were printables that I bought from, oh my gosh, 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and put you on fast forward while I get started. Yeah, this style is not one that I typically go to, mostly because it's messy. And sometimes, you know, you just want to get a layout done. But especially because of the grungy look of some of the papers and the photos that I have in this, it just felt like a good time to grab some distress oxides. The issue was I needed to remember to dry them, because I don't know that they would have been dry when I went to put them in the sheet protector. Some of those ink pads are still very fresh, and so I don't know if the ink is a little bit more watery than normal, but you'll see here in a little while. I tried to do a stamped embellishment using the distressed oxides, and I ended up putting my finger in it and smudging it, so that went in the garbage. And some of the colors that I picked originally, I think, were just a little bit too close to the colors of the papers, so I ended up doing a couple of layers, especially for this bluish grayish color. And there we go. I love using my jelly plate for stuff like this, especially because I have a white desk. And these are very small projects, so it's very easy to fit them on that thing. So if you're looking for a way to do mixed media and have it a little bit more controlled, jelly plate is a great option. They're basically used for printmaking, but they have a lot of other uses too. Yeah, you can see here I've got a little bit of red on the background. So there's a little bit of an orangey tinge to this card, but in the end it worked. So yep, just drawing everything as I go. And I'm not bothering doing the whole card, of course, because the photos are going to cover it, but it would be really easy to do your whole card if you wanted to make like a filler card or something instead of covering it with photos. And here we go. I'm going to work on the title card next. So the two papers that I'm gluing together right now are from totally other paper pads, but they just kind of had a similar vibe to the grunginess, especially that chipped paint paper. And I already had these letters mapped out, so it was kind of good that I did that, because I don't know that I would have glued them down and had enough room if I hadn't have squished everything together the way I am here, but that was a pretty quick one. And I didn't really add anything more to it because I just felt like with the pattern paper and the different textures of the letters, it was plenty. This is where I screw up my embellishment. I was all happy with myself. Look at me go, stamping things. And then fail. I was doing this one for the card with the dogs in their crates. We were going to go for a walk someplace new. And in the end, it probably worked out because my circle punch that I grabbed was dull. So the edges came out all jagged and gross. And I also smudged it. So I felt like, okay, this was not meant to be. Yeah, here you'll see I'm trying to clean it up. And I think this is where I squidge it. Oh, no, maybe not. I will right here. Yeah. And garbage. Trying to use my Citrus Twist stamps more. They were a big investment, so I'm really trying to make an effort, but I don't always reach for them. I think it's because I like all the different colors on things, and some of the Citrus Twist stamps, I just tend to grab my black ink and be very basic. And here I'm doing something controversial. I just cut apart that stamp so it would fit on that label. And then when you put it back on the stamp mat, it still goes together just fine. I watched Dearly Dee do that, and I thought I would never cut my stamps. And look at me cutting things. And just going to fussy cut that little arrow. The bottom 4x6 card on the right was, it was actually, I think, meant to be some sort of artwork or like a print to put in a 4x6 frame. And the words go across the page, so across the card. So I just wanted to cover them. That was the other reason I matted everything on white. Again, just to give it a little bit more of a pulled together look. I wasn't sure how this layout was going to turn out, but I'm quite happy with it. There's not a lot of extra doodads on it. I'm still scrapping my little puppy that passed away, and so I'm just kind of trying to power through and get caught up, get past the hard times. I think I've said this before in a previous video, but I don't have any more of my page protectors that have the two 4x6s top and bottom, and then the 3x4s in the middle. That's how I scrap books, so I've decided just to use what I've got while I wait, as I fight with my tape gun, always. So I'm just basically taking a 4x6 white piece of cardstock. Could be any color. This would be a great way to use up some colors or patterns that you're not super keen on. Am I out? ETG struggles are real, people. Yeah, so basically this will take the place and I haven't had to change my style at all. So I'm going to put all of these in the sheet protector and I'll be back. All right, friends, that is week 34, all finished. I'm glad I did that distress ink because now it actually looks cohesive, so that's really good. All right, so stay tuned for next Project Life video. I'll be back to my normal style. So as always, thanks for coming to hang out with me, and I will see you next video. Bye for now.